Hello my acceptable people, this is me, Mr. Acceptable. So today I wanted to talk about the 2 times when I dislocated my arms. Yes, I dislocated my arm twice. Not once, twice. And come to think of it, a lot of things happened to me twice. But anyway, first of all, let me just say, apart from getting kicked in the balls, dislocating my arms was one of the most painful moments of my life. I was about 8 years old when I first dislocated my arm. I can't remember which arm I dislocated, but I do remember what happened. I was staying at my older cousin's house, and being the age I was, I wanted to go to the park. So, we went to the park, believe it or not. When we got there was this new tire swing, which was pretty cool, so I just had to jump on it. But instead of being a normal kid, I decided to stand on the swing instead of sit on it. So I'm standing on this tire swing, and my cousin's pushing it. He was young at the time as well, but believe you me, my cousin has some superior strength. So he's pushing me really high on this swing. It felt like 30 feet, but no it wasn't. It was about 6 feet in the air. And all of a sudden, I get this sharp pain in my arm. And I start crying, and I'm like, stop, please stop pushing it, stop. And he's laughing, he thinks it's funny, he's going and I'm just like, please stop. I couldn't take the pain no more, so I just jumped. Whee! I've jumped off just to try and stop this pain, but no, it makes it worse. I landed on the arm that was hurting. So we decide to go back to his house, and when we get there, I show my uncle, look, my arm is falling off. No, I didn't say it like that, but it looked like my arm was about to fall off. It was like hanging like some elephant trunk. So eventually we decide to go to the hospital because my auntie says, well, we need to get this fixed. Well, there, my arm's falling off. So we go to the hospital as an emergency, and we have to wait an hour. Because obviously, an emergency, you have to sit there, and even if you're dying, like, you have to wait. It's an emergency, come on. So we eventually get called into the doctor's room. We go into the doctor's room, and when we get there, we see this doctor, obviously, whatever you want to call him. And he says, oh, I see the problem here. And he quickly grabs my arm and like puts it back in its socket, and I'm just like, oh my god, it flipping hurts. I mean, he knew what he's doing, so props to him, he's an acceptable guy. So a few years goes by, and me being an idiot, I dislocate my arm again. I was with another cousin at the time. I seem to hurt myself all the time around cousins, but that's not the point. Now, obviously, I'm gonna look up to my older cousins. Yeah, they were taller than me, but that's not what I'm getting at. So my cousin decides to do some parkour. Now, me looking up to my cousin, I decide to copy him. Now, he starts jumping across these concrete posts, and we didn't realise at the time that there was a concrete post on the floor. So he starts jumping across these concrete posts, and I'm behind him like slowly going across these posts, and he gets to the end, and he finishes. So I'm at the end, I got my last jump to do, but no, I fail, and I fall and slip on my arm. And I start screaming, like literally everyone could hear me on the road. I start screaming, I look at my arm, and it looks like my elbow is reversed. So there's sick everywhere, and I've got a reversed elbow, and I'm thinking, not a cast again, not a cast. So some time goes by, about a month or two, and it's time to get my cast off. I mean, the first time I got my cast off, they used these special scissors, and it was fine. I was happy with that. But when it was time to get off my second cast, I was waiting in the patient room, and I hear this noise, which sounds like it belongs in the film Saw. I hear it going zun 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 zun, and with me hearing that, I faint on the floor. So moments go by, and I wake up to this nurse fanning me while I was in a wheelchair. So this has been me, Mr. Acceptable, telling the stories of how I dislocated my arms. Please like this video and share it with your family and friends, because that would be most acceptable. And tell me, Have you ever dislocated or broken a bone? If so, tell me how it happened. Just whatever you do, just make it acceptable. Goodbye.